Good afternoon, good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, people. Hear all that? Those are fire engines. You wouldn't believe just what just happened. It is now 9:46 p.m., June 21, 2023. Sorry. Sorry, people. Yes, good good evening. Hold on. Hello. Quiet. Good. Quiet. Hello. 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 Yes, you were just ringing me. The, for yeah, I saw there was a loud explosion sound coming from the Times Square area. Sorry, people. I hope they didn't do something fool. I called the police where I heard the explosion. They send the police here. I mean the firemen here. I think. Boy, hold on. Hello. 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 It's not here. I said around the Times Square area. Yeah, I told them around the Times Square area. Oh, sure. Yeah, I made sure I spoke to the 911, told them where the sound came from, and then they switched me over to the fire department. I said it's not here, but it sounded like it came from the Times Square area, and they asked me where I live. Yeah, because I gave them my name and phone number. Okay, but the Times Square, not here, around the Times Square area. There was a loud boom.
Yeah, okay. They're gonna have to look around.
I see. I see. Okay. Take care. Really? Come on. Sorry, people. Sorry about that. Boy, got some real incompetent people. oh God. Yeah. A few minutes ago, yeah, I was setting up to do a live stream, and then a loud boom occurred. So I called 911. So that I heard would sound like a bomb, something exploding. And then they switched me over to the fire department, and I told them where the sound it sounded like it was coming from. I told them what street I lived between, and that east of me. You know what? They came to my door. I mean, my building. My goodness. Now my dogs are barking. Come on, quiet. Sorry. So yeah, it was it's like they got wax in the ears or something, and that's so like when I'm giving the information, you hear the police coming. So it's oh okay, the police. I hear the police in the background, loud and quiet. I hear the police coming in the background. So I just thought they would just hang up because you hear the police arriving. But they had me talk to another person. They asked him for my name and telephone number. I gave it, but they come here. Before I hung up, I said, something just said, I don't want to think it's here at this location, but it sounds like near in this such and such area, which is near where I live. Well, guess what? They come to my door. Well, my building. Please. Yeah, I this incompetence. I told them it's not here. I said I just want to make sure it's not like it's not here, but that I heard it from. Well, either way, I hope everything's okay. I mean, loud and quiet. Let me see that. I'm sorry. Let me get my little boy. I'm sorry. We're all excited because it was such a loud boom. Hold on. Come on. Okay. Sorry, but I had to grab my little boy. Boy, I got scared there. Yeah, I mean, you hear, you heard this loud boom. And then you hear just like maybe 30 seconds later, you hear oh, you hear the police cars. Yeah, you heard a lot of them. So you think like, okay, they don't have to, send any more police. The police are already coming onto the scene. Oh, brother. I'm now really curious to see what's going on. Let me see. I'm gonna look on. Yeah, I was gonna talk about, Juneteenth and all that, but I won't since I this event is just happening now because I was setting up my computer and let me see. Let me click on. Let me see. Share screen. Share screen. Yes. Okay. Hope I do this right. I haven't done this in a while. Let's see. Not
Okay, let me move that. Haven't done this in a while, people. Okay. Allow. Okay, let me just, I'm going to press on something here. I'm going to press YouTube, and then I'm going to press search. Let's see, explosion. Let's see, explode. I can spell explosion. Explode. And let's see. Manhole exploded in Times Square, crowds running. Oh, that's 1 year ago. But I'm just hearing something now. Let me see. Today, no. So it didn't come up yet. I don't see anything here. So let me see. Let me try the X, P, the O, S, I, O. Explosion near. Let's see. Okay, I don't see that. Times Square Live. Let me see the Times Square Live because something went off. Something, it kind of shook me. Let's see. Times Square Live. Okay, let's see that.
These sauce stop posting, especially for someone who has.
Sorry about that. Skip that. Okay, you got a lot of people there. Let's see what it says here. See a lot of people. This is our Earth Cam Live. Let's see, what was that noise? Let's see, okay, I'm just looking to see the comments. Let's see, it doesn't seem like something, you see a lot of people, as you can see. So I guess it's okay, because I'm just looking. Let's see, what is this? It upgraded. I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't see anything here. No, it looks copacetic. This is like an Earth Cam. Yeah, that shook me, boy. Okay. I don't see anything happening here. Shh. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. My dogs are excited. Okay, it's okay now. Okay. I'm sorry, people. My apologies. Yeah, they're a little excited. They heard someone by the door. So I just went and checked. No one's out there. So what it was that, there was heard some explosion. Well, it sounded like an explosion. It was very loud. So, okay, it doesn't look like anything's happening there. So Who knows what that sound was? Okay, yeah. Let me just stop sharing this. Okay, yes. Good evening, people. Good evening. Sorry for going back and forth. Yeah, yeah. There was a loud explosion sound, and it scared the, you know what, out of me. And yeah, but I checked, just check on the internet, and I don't see uh, anything in the area where I think I heard the sound come from. Yeah, it was extremely loud. It was happened around, let's see, it was around 10, I think 10:38. I mean 9:38. Um, yeah, around 9:38 p.m. So, oh, so my dogs were still kind of excited there. Yeah, you heard the police cars, the sirens, and everything. As I called the 911, and I was telling the operator, yeah, I could hear them coming in the background. Yeah, so yeah, seems to be a lack of communication. And just something said, I have a feeling they think, like I said, I just wanted you to make sure. I'm glad these phone calls are recorded because I made sure I said, look, it's not here, but it sound that the sound came from north of here, over, toward, east of me, but they come to my building instead. Isn't that? And it was just before I got off the phone. I said, wait a minute, just want to make sure it's not here, but, and I've repeated again. Just something said, hey, uh, I have a feeling they might think. Incompetent people. I don't know. Well, I hope whatever would happen, that no one got hurt. I wonder what that was, but I just hope no one was hurt. We'll probably find out in the morning. Um, what happened, or maybe later on the internet, someone might explain what had happened. Yeah. So, oh, well, my dogs are getting calm now. Yeah, they're lined up. I have my little boy in my arms, my little Pekingese, and the others on the floor. So you ready to go back on the floor, Lavin? Yeah, they were like barking and barking. Okay, be nice. Yeah, I think they're okay now. That's quiet. Sorry. Wow. Okay. So now we got that out the way. Um, yeah. So what did I want to talk about before that loud boom occurred? Well, I want to talk about something, and I hope it's received in the spirit that I intended. I want to talk about, well, firstly, I had a fantastic day outside. I left a little later on than usual, and the weather was nice. I wore a nice dress, headed out. The weather was nice, cool weather. And we went to this shopping area near me, and it was very nice. We went in the shopping mall, and then there was a live concert right at the that park that I went to. Not the park. What do you call it? It's called Hudson Yards. It's in Manhattan. It's on the west side, around 30 something street on the west side. It was fantastic. Yeah, yeah, it was a live band, local band. And I would listen to about 3 songs, and then I left. It was nice. I usually don't go out in the evening, but I said, let me try something a little different. And I'm glad it did. It got me to see new people. My dog seemed to have a good time, but it got me thinking. Okay, people were well behaved. And I said, wow, this is really nice that someone could listen to music and everything is well organized. And then I started thinking about how the recent incident that happened 2 days ago on June, what they call Juneteenth, that was the 19th, and an incident happened. Yeah, there were, I think, a shooting. We'll have to be careful. I have to avoid certain words because I don't want the algorithms to pull the video, whatever. Certain words can cause trouble for this channel. So, sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, so I want to talk about that. What's happening in America. Here I go outside, and I got to see a variety of people just relax and enjoying themselves. And the area where I live, my area has all types of people, but the condition of Black America in New York City is really going down the tubes. And I'm very sensitive. And we have a Black mayor and doing nothing. And our mayor is from one of the poorest sections in New York City, in Queens, not too far where I'm from, in Queens, actually. And nothing is being done to address these people. But New York City seems to be pushing the alphabet soup agenda and encouraging Black people for this alternative lifestyle. And so you see a whole bunch of dudes walking around in a crazy look. They're wearing crazy clothes. They don't seem to know what they are, whether they're boy or girl. It's very, very sad. So when I was coming home and seeing people, everybody else looking okay, but people from my community, I feel, quiet. Shh, Lavin, quiet. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, yeah, my little boy, he's just, trying to protect. Yeah, he alerts, because that big boom that happened. So, he's just, he knows I'm probably a little excited still. And, so he's alerting me other noise that's happening in the building. That's all that's happening. It's okay. It's okay, baby. Sorry. So, so it really got me thinking. I said, let me talk about this and possible solution. You know, so what I wanted to do in this live stream, I wanted to share with you some videos about. I want to first show you a video regarding the incident that happened on Juneteenth. My thoughts, and go from there. Okay, let me press this button here. It says present, share screen. Quiet. Sorry. Let's set this up. Allow. Okay, let me press on this. Okay, okay, let me see. Is that it? Okay, so could you see I hope you can see my thing. Okay, this must be it. Okay, sorry about that. So I want to share this with you. This is, okay, it's from Live Now from Fox. It says Los Angeles McDonald's looted by a group of teens, video shows, okay, etc. Okay, as you see here, it was uploaded 1 day ago. Okay. And today is June 21st. Just make sure if I didn't mention that earlier. Okay, so let me make this bigger so you can really see. And I'm not gonna put the sound. Put the no wait. I'll mute it because I don't know whether um, you know about copyright stuff. I'm not sure whether they allow it. So let me just mute it and you'll just watch and see what happens. What you see here are teens that are robbing a McDonald's. Okay, there was one arrest. And this is 24 hours later that they cleaned up this McDonald's, and you would never know that the place was looted. See, look at this. Look at this. This is horrible. And this person says that they were there at the time of the arrest. See, this is in celebrating Juneteenth. But look at this. The unsupervised. Okay, they look at this. This kid is took the money. Look at all these kids. Bunch of like ants. Look at this. Look at this also. Let me put a pause. Look at this here. 16 shot after Milwaukee Juneteenth celebration. Okay. It's almost over. Okay, that's all I'm going to show. Okay, let me stop showing. Okay, let me make this bigger. So look, you have all this melee. Oh, let me show the chat. Oops, show chat. Okay, I don't see the chat. Okay, I'm sorry, just trying to navigate. Okay, I see the chat room. Okay, so so you have here on a sacred day a bunch of teenagers. You don't see any parents, and you have all this melee. Now, why would something like this happen? People, what would make kids do this act of violence? I'm dumbfounded. I'm absolutely dumbfounded about all this violence. You don't hear any of the Black organizations really try to reach out to like the NAACP, something that to minister to these young people. It ain't happening. So let me show you now. I want to show you what Juneteenth is. Let me show you that. Okay, let's just take a second. Okay, allow. Oops. Come on. Having problem with my mouse. Okay. Okay. So I think it's important to find out what Juneteenth is. Okay, this is I Googled it. Juneteenth. Okay, it's a hot, let me see here. Okay, about Juneteenth. Juneteenth, I'm reading from the right side here. Juneteenth is a federal holiday in the United States commemorating the emancipation of enslaved African Americans, de- deriving its name from combining June and 19th. It is celebrated on the anniversary of the order by Mayor General Gordon Granger proclaiming freedom for enslaved people in Texas on June 19th, 1865. And that's according to Wikipedia. Okay, it was observed for 2 years. Interesting. I first heard of Juneteenth in 2001, actually, people. In 2001, I had a neighbor in Hawaii, in the state of Hawaii, the island of Maui. She wanted me to drive her to this celebration. She said it's a Juneteenth thing, and I never heard of Juneteenth. Never. I'm from New York City, and I've never heard of the holiday up to that one particular day. And so we go, and we met. It was just a small gathering. It's me and my friend, and then these three people came: the girlfriend and the brother. I mean, the girlfriend and the boyfriend, and then the brother of the guy, and then I think there was at least one older woman. A very small gathering. It was in like a backyard or something, in a business district, and it's almost like it was a hidden spot, like it was a secret. It was a weird experience. We had some food, whatever, but it was just a gathering in Hawaii, the state of Hawaii. It's not a lot of American blacks that live there. I think they're 1% of the population. And you know what's really ironic, people? Back then in 2001, well, there was a Cinco de Mayo, which is a celebration of, I think it's like their equivalent, like their 4th of July, so to speak, but for Mexico. And they celebrated with a Ferris wheel. It's not there, but they had it built. They had a big Ferris wheel, and it was real festive. And you know what else? I mean, it was out in the open with everything. In Hawaii, there are more people of Mexican ancestry there, and many of them are illegals that live there, that live in Hawaii. And they were bold, and no one stops them. And they're allowed enterprise to set up these things and celebrate their holiday. But here I'm with a handful, no more than 7 people at this gathering in some backyard, like hidden thing. Uh, and it had a very solemn feel to it. But it's very weird how someone could live. I'm an American, and the people were there. Some of them, yeah, we had yeah, the two guys were Haitian, and the girl was an American girl. And here, um, this meeting, this gathering, but yet we're not bold. This is in the United States. Hawaii is part of the United States, but yet this thing is like in the underground. But yet you have people who many of them are illegal, and they have the money, the resources, and the boldness to celebrate their country's um, 4th of July type of thing. Let me make sure what is Cinco de Mayo. Let me see. Let me click on this. Wait a minute. Let me finish what this is. Juneteenth. Okay. Okay. The historical legacy of Juneteenth. Let's just click on this. Yeah, because I don't know a lot about it. Okay. The historical legacy of Juneteenth. Okay, you have some people here. Very nice. See that these people are dressed in dignity. Isn't that nice? Dignity. Emancipation Emancipation Day celebration on June 1900. Okay, held in the East Woods on East 24th Street in Austin. Okay, very nice. Okay, so it's about 60, 70, 80, 90. So it's like about 37 years later. Okay, that page. Okay, this says on Freedom Eve or the eve of January 1st, 1863, the first watch night service took place. On that night, enslaved and free African Americans gathered in churches and private homes all across the country, awaiting news that the Emancipation Proclamation had taken effect. At the stroke of midnight, prayers were answered, and all enslaved people in Confederate states were declared legally free. Hear that? Were declared legally free. Union soldiers, many of whom were Black, marched onto plantations and across cities in the South, reading small copies of the Emancipation Proclamation, spreading the news of freedom in Confederate states. Only only through the 13th Amendment did emancipation end slavery throughout the United States. But not everyone in the Confederate territory would immediately be free. Even though the Emancipation Proclamation was made effective 1863, it could not be implemented in all places until, in places still under Confederate control. As a result, in the westernmost Confederate state of Texas, enslaved people would not be free until much later. Freedom finally came on June 19, 1865, when some 2,000 Union troops arrived in Galveston Bay, Texas. The Army announced that the more than 250,000 enslaved Black people in the state were freed by executive decree. This day came to be known as Juneteenth by the newly freed people in Texas. Okay. Yeah, Texas is one of the last states too. So that is Juneteenth. Okay. And again, the U.S. is big, and not all the word got out. Okay, let's see what this is. The post-emancipation period, known as Reconstruction, marked an era of great hope, uncertainty, and struggle for the nation as a whole, etc., etc. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so that's basically it. So this is a sacred day. Juneteenth is a sacred day. That last stronghold, and it was not again. I guess the size of Texas, and um, it takes time for words to come out. And again, they still, I guess, had a stronghold on Texas. The Confederate soldiers. So this is an important day. So people, if this is an important day, let me go back here. So if it's sacred, I'm going to put the sound on.
On social media shows a wild robbery at the McDonald's restaurant on Crenshaw at 43rd Street in Leimert Park Monday evening. You can hear screaming and yelling as the raucous group literally rips out the cash register from its foundation and carries it away.
Okay, so if it's so sacred, look at that. Okay, this is Juneteenth. We go forward. to show you what the day this all happened. Where is that? Where did that go? Try to remember. You saw people celebrating. Where is it? Maybe it's up in front. Let's see here. Okay, I can't find it. But either way, you saw and put it back. Okay, so this is a sacred day. Find this again. Oops. Oh, I'm trying to find it. Nope. Okay, so this Juneteenth, you think these people, if they're watching us from heaven, do you think these people would think this is a good thing that these teenagers did? Now, these people are in dignity, and these people look old enough to have tasted bondage, okay? These look like mature people, maybe in their 50s or even older, okay? This was in 1900, so it's about, let's see, 60, 70, 80, 90, okay, 100, okay, maybe 40 years, 30, you do the math. This is 1900 ending in 65. This is 65, 75, 85, 95. Okay, about 35 years later, 35 years after slavery. So these people look way over 35. They would have tasted slavery. What would these people be thinking? And they're watching from heaven, let's say. Do you think the action of those kids gives honor to their ancestors? These people are wearing beautiful hats in dignity. Do you see them out of their mind? These people are clothed in their right mind. So what's happening? Those kids, they were dressed. I mean, they were wearing clean clothes. So they didn't look hungry. Those kids weren't hungry. But why do you see them acting this way? They're taking a sacred. Okay, let's look at it again. On Freedom's Eve, or the eve of January 1st, 1863, the first watch night services took place. On that night, enslaved and free African Americans gathered in churches. See, that gathered, see, they had a sense of spirituality, or religion at least, and private homes all across the country awaiting news that the Emancipation Proclamation had taken effect. Okay? So there was a network. There was a network amongst people who were enslaved and free people of color. Okay? We wait in anticipation. Okay? Shouldn't this be considered a sacred day? Why isn't that day, Juneteenth, sacred to the young? There's a problem, people. This is a serious problem. The young today don't value their history. They don't value. You guys have, I don't come from the South. Okay. My ancestors didn't come from the South. But my ancestors did taste slavery. Oh, you bet, in the Caribbean. But why you have a beautiful, you have beautiful leaders in the past, beautiful, dedicated leaders, real leaders, brave leaders. You have people who died. And I'm angry when I hear these days. I hear Black Americans. This woman recently came to me. I mean, I hear so many Black people want to say that they're Indian. Do these people look like Indians to you? But we want to disguise our history. We want to disguise our identity to be everything but. You had real leaders and people who sacrificed their life. These people are people of dignity. And you don't value it. And I don't understand why. Why don't you understand the dignity? These people are people of dignity. But again, these people here don't. They don't have it. Oh, that's a God. They don't have it. Just violence. Oops. Sorry. What happened there? Okay. Sorry about that. But I must have pressed the wrong button there. Let me just fix that. Come on, let's go back there. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's a shame. Okay, let me go back here. Yeah, it's a shame that I'm grieved in my heart. These are real leaders. There was a network. There was a network going on, but now, what? How could I thought there's a thing called evolution. We're regressing or degressing. We're not moving forward spiritually, financially. Many of us aren't. Some of us are. And I notice now when you try to improve yourself, your status, you're told you're an Uncle Tom. You're told you're bougie or you think you're bourgeois. So here, or if you get good grades in school, I mean, when I was going to school in the 1970s and in junior high school, this kid that lived not far from me was saying things like, "Oh, you think you're a white person?" Not to me, but that if you get good grades, you think that you're a white person, and that his mother said, "Don't make trouble in so and so's class because that teacher's a black teacher. Only act up in the white people class." Now, do you think that kid's going to do well in life? These are the foolish things that some American blacks parents tell their black kid, their black boys. Foolery. Real foolery. Yeah, he was a violent guy. I remember we were on the bus. I was going home. It was a public bus, but it was for the students to go home. And he took his hands, grabbed onto the pole that you hold on, on the bus, and then he swung and kicked out the windows. Yeah, you had a group of kids, and they all lived by the train trestle. All the bad kids lived there. And once they left at that spot, the bus was quiet. And I was always relieved when they left. Yeah, I remember that kid. Yeah, I wonder. See, you see a lot of the things. When I'm wondering, these kids must not be getting. Okay, yeah, this is the Juneteenth. Let me see. Yeah, I was looking for this section too. Let me put that. See that? This is all part of the Juneteenth celebration. But they're going to mess it up with it. Let me put it back. Okay. Okay, this is that Juneteenth. See that? And they make it this. See that? Yeah, he was arrested. They caught one of them. These aren't hungry kids. Look at that. at that. Look at that. They're out of their minds. They're out of their mind. Look at that on the roof. Look at that. All that. They're on the rooftop. Melee. These people here, let me show you again. These people are probably rolling over in their graves. This picture is taken 35 years after the Civil War. They're clothed in their right mind. Now, these people, to live during that time was rough. You had the KKK. You had all the things that associate with those hate groups. But look, they're not acting crazy. Their indignity. They don't have their pants hanging down. Why aren't these men who's living under real oppression? Look, he got nice shoes, a top hat. These are men of dignity. And I bet if they're walking here today, they'll call them Uncle Toms, right? One of the people, the young black kids today would call these people uppity or Uncle Tom wannabes, right? But this is what a real black man looked like. A real black man of dignity, of hard work, of spirituality, of community. But you're not getting it. You're not getting it here. You're not getting it there. This is chaos. Chaos. Yeah. So this is this is something else I wanted to look up. Okay, there's a difference between the Emancipation Proclamation. Let me see. Yeah, let's see what this is. Okay, the Emancipation Proclamation. Let's see. President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863, as the nation approached its third year of bloody civil war. The proclamation declared that all persons held as slaves within the rebellious states are and henceforth shall be free. Okay? So my question is, okay, you have Juneteenth that came later on, but the bulk of the enslaved people were on paper free. Why doesn't Black America celebrate the Emancipation Proclamation? This is the day, the official day of liberation, but it's never discussed. And to my embarrassment, 40 years ago, someone mentioned the name Emancipation Proclamation, and I didn't know what that was. Yeah, I did go to school. We did cover some things on slavery back in the 1970s, but it really, I was not a good social studies student at all. I didn't like social studies because I didn't like what they were talking about, and I knew that they were going to talk about slavery. I didn't want to hear it because it back in those days, they taught slavery in America as something that Black people did something wrong. It was to shame Black people. It didn't shame white people. It just made you feel like a victim. And that's what I don't like about the history in America, how it's taught. We're taught that we're a victim and weak. And we're not weak. We're not. So this is an important day. This is a sacred day that many people don't know about. Emancipation Proclamation. This is the day that the bulk of us should celebrate. January 1st, Emancipation Proclamation. It's an important day and it's forgotten. But yet we focus on this day. Okay? It was just a remnant. Okay, this is the day. Okay, January 1st, 1863, but the word finally got out on June 19th, 1865. And it was just in Texas. So we have this holiday, this federal holiday called Juneteenth. What happened in Texas? But yet all the other states that got their freedom, we overlook it. But it's like we swallow a gnat, you know. I mean, we strain out a gnat, but we swallowed the camel, you know. It's like, wow, wait a minute. Why are you discarding everything else, the Emancipation Proclamation, but you're going to wait and you're going to do the Juneteenth? Why? You know why they want to do the Juneteenth? Because it makes you feel like a victim. It's scratching, it's picking at your scab. Juneteenth is like a scab, and that we focus on this remnant, a small remnant. It's an important day for the people of the blacks in Texas. But everybody else, why aren't you celebrating everything else? But see, Juneteenth is being taken as a day of a pity party, and oh, we were forgotten. No, it wasn't forgotten. Just some things take time. Texas is big. Texas is big. But once it got out, celebration. But we've taken this day as a badge to feel angry. It's no liberation. It's something. It's something. It's like a curse. Like when I was invited to that party on 2001, everybody's like a solemn thing. Why is freedom is important? If this day doesn't make you happy, why celebrate it? Why? It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. You don't celebrate Emancipation Proclamation, where the masses were relieved of enslavement. But then you're going to focus on one particular day, which happened in Texas, and then get depressed. And then you have your children, your descendants do things like this. Does this make sense, people? Does this? What's going on? I don't understand it. See, this is supposed to be a sacred day. This is your day. If you want to, it's like every time when something is good that is for your benefit, it's bastardized. So you have a sacred day. Here are a remnant of blacks in Texas. They get the word that the war's over and that they're free. And then what you do? You have your kids go criminalize, go in that fast food place and then rob it and make everybody else look bad. This should be a sacred day. Shouldn't it? Look at these people. But see, this is all commerce. That's one thing I know when I saw this for the first time. Is this a celebration or is this a day of commerce? Is that all what Juneteenth is about? Making money? But if you're a teen, you go rob somebody. So if you're adult, you set up some booths, you sell stuff, and then if you're a teenager, let's go rob a McDonald's. So you take what's sacred, That's what's bad about the U.S. I am an American. I'm proud of it. But these are some of the things that really put a nasty taste in my mouth. That you have things that are sacred and pure, and then you tarnish it. Or you get a school named after Martin Luther King Jr., and then you trash the school. Martin Luther King was a very hardworking man. He graduated from high school at the age of 15, so that he was a man of excellence. He was academic. He got his doctorate. But you're not teaching your kids about personal excellence, but how to be wild. How to be wild. Let's see that. Melee. Mayday. That's what you're teaching. Go rob. People work at McDonald's. What about these people that work there? They might be out of a job. What about these kids who want to get a summer job? You're shooting yourself in the foot, and then you're going to blame some other race. Wow, it's pathetic. So this was something else I wanted to share you. Okay, I found this video. This man here, this man that you're looking at. Let me see here. Okay. When I put it on pause, this picture goes down. Yeah, the man to the far left. His name is Andrew Tate, and on the far right is his brother. His name is Tristan Tate. And why I want to show him. This video is about. I typed in the word. Motivational. Yes, hear that? See that? You need to work hard. A motivational speech, okay? And it's by Andrew Tate. And I learned of Andrew Tate in January, end of January of this year, 2023. Yes, he was held in custody for several months in Romania. There was no charge. They had initially arrested him first in April of last year, 2022, and they immediately released him because there was a false statement made against him. And so from April to all throughout December, the police were trying to find something to arrest him. But this particular thing happened, and they arrested him without a charge. And then right now he's under house arrest. And this is the first time I ever heard of him. And I was curious about him. And I typed it, YouTube referred me the video. And then I said, let me find out who this man is. Who is he? And I was impressed with certain things. Well, let me briefly about him, this man, Andrew Tate. He is 36 years old. He's born in America. He has a Black American father and a white British mother. And at the age of 10, the parents separate. And the kids, there were 3 kids, and they all moved back to, they moved to the mother's country in Britain, in England specifically. And he lived in poverty, this man. But he lived in a very poor, predominantly Muslim community. He was beat up. A lot of things happened to him. And he learned in life that he noticed that there were some people who had money and some didn't, and he made a decision to find out how to get out of poverty. Also, I have to say, this man's father, okay, Andrew Tate's father, an American man, he was in the Air Force, and he also worked for the CIA. And he was, I think, a linguist. Yeah, he was an intelligent man, a highly intelligent man, and he gets screwed by the system, the government, the military, and he had a sharp mind, and he to support his family, because he didn't want to work for the system. Uh, he used his mind, and he was a what do you call it? A chess master player. He played chess, the game of chess, and he was a master player, and he won championships. Yes, and he taught his son how to play chess also. Yeah, as a kid. So I said, wow, let me, I said, hey, with a background like that, I have to check out this guy. And yes, he's very controversial. Yes, some things may not have been very nice what he done growing up. But there's certain things that I like, and what I do like about him that he doesn't use the pity party. He was raised in poverty in Europe. Yes, and he was in part. They were poor in the United States too. But when his parents separated, mother didn't have money, and it was poverty. But he made a decision to improve himself, and so I wanted to share some motivational stuff. Words that he has spoken, and I didn't listen to this whole video, but I just wanted to play some of it. Let me begin.
I do not feel like training, but I still train because I'm a disciplined individual. You don't get to go through life only doing the things you feel like doing. So this is down to you. And listen, you may feel fired up for 10 minutes after this little talk. You're not going to feel fired up forever. You need to put systems in place. You need to get discipline. You need to get an atmosphere of people around you who
That's
are
when he was younger.
accountable and not make it easy for you to continue to be a nobody. And then you're going to fix your life. Otherwise, you're going to stay a nobody.
You're tired. You don't want to work. You want to go to sleep or just relax. You do it anyway.
That is the most basic imperative of the masculine frame, which has been destroyed in real time. They are trying to convince you that you should act how you feel. You should show more of your feelings. If you feel this way, you should show it. If you want to cry, cry. What I'm saying is the reason they're trying to bring out emotionality in you is because exactly what my mom said. Most of the time, you don't feel like doing the things you're supposed to do. But the true masculine frame throughout history was doing the things they didn't want to do, but they knew they had to do because they had honor and duty. That's what honor and duty means. Do you think the men on the Titanic wanted to stay on the Titanic? No, we're men. We have to stay. We're scared, but we must. It's our duty to let the women and children on the lifeboats. This is masculine duty. A good man controls himself. I have absolute self-control. Emotional control is absolutely and utterly important as a man. I'm saying that you need to understand as a man, there are certain principles under which you act, regardless of how you feel. I can wake up in a terrible mood. I can wake up sad. I can ache. I can have a busy day, stressed, etc. I will complete the same tasks as if I woke up in a fantastic mood. I'll do the same things because how I feel has no bearing on the things I'm going to do in my day because I have duty to myself and to my bloodline. Because you think there's something wrong with you. Well, I lack motivation.
Okay,
I don't
sorry.
have the motivation to go to the gym. Well, here's the newsflash. Neither did I. And I still did it. So now what are you going to say?
Okay, well, I wanted to put on pause for a second. When he said his bloodline, that's what stood out. That he wants to live to the legacy of his bloodline. Now, what is bloodline to you? Aren't those people the descendants of those people from the Juneteenth? Those men and women that I showed you? That's someone's bloodline. And he wants to live in honor of that bloodline. He's not going to do something to tarnish that good reputation. We today, Black people, many people today, not just Black people, but many people are trashing their bloodline.
Now you have no excuse, right? Oh, you're scared to get in the ring. So was I. still did it. Scared to get in the cage. So was I. I still did it. Being a man isn't about not feeling things. It's about acting the way you're supposed to act, regardless of how you feel. We act. We're men of action. We get things done. So the world don't feel it. All of it. All the men who built skyscrapers felt scared and did it anyway. You become a man of action. Don't worry about how you feel. Don't worry about what you're supposed to be doing. How about that?
I've always been disciplined myself, because I've always lived a disciplined life. I lived in a disciplined household. Like, there was no such thing as I don't want to. So even now, when I wake up and I don't want to do something, I don't need someone to tell me to do it, because I'll do it anyway. I mean, who wants to run a marathon? Nobody. Who wants to do that? You just do it, don't you? Because, it's a thing you're going to have to do. You have to blood, sweat, tears. There is a version of the world where you can feel things and really not give a how you feel. Like, if I feel sad, it does not change how I act, and it does not change the things I do. If I don't feel like going to the gym, I go to the gym. If I don't feel like working, I will still work. If I wake up in a happy mood and I have a business to run, if I wake up in a sad mood, I have the same shit to do. I'm going to get it done. So where's the importance of it? It's in my mind, that's how I view it. Like, how does that affect what I'm going to do? Well, nothing. It doesn't.
Motivation in and of itself is a scam. I don't believe in motivation. I believe in this. I am not motivated to do the things I'm supposed to do. I don't wake up full of like joy. I have to go to the gym, or I have to work, or I do the crap. I don't feel motivated to do them. I'm disciplined. I do them regardless of how I feel. Whether I'm in the mood to do it or I'm not in the mood to do it, it gets done. That's just discipline's a real thing. Motivation is fleeting. You're never going to be permanently motivated. If you're the kind of person who can only try hard at something he enjoys, then you're going to fail.
If you truly want to win, you can't only want to win when you're happy. You can't only want to win when you're motivated.
Wow.
You're competing against men like me who will perform even when it's raining, not only when the sun is shining. If you're going to be the kind of person who can only do it in one of those scenarios, you are going to lose. You must be prepared to perform all of the time. I have a lot of people who message me and say, I struggle with motivation. And my answer is simple. Then stay a loser. If you can't find the motivation to not be a loser, then I strongly recommend you just stay a loser, stay in your lane, and stay out of my way. I have no time for people who cannot find the motivation to fix themselves and fix their own lives. I've been the kind of person who will perform 7 days a week. Doesn't matter how I feel, doesn't matter what's happened, doesn't matter if I'm happy or sad, things must be done. This is the mindset we need to adopt if you want to be a winner. I think a man should have absolutely no interest in whether he's actually happy or not. If I wake up and I'm unhappy, I will do the exact same things as if I am. I will go to the gym the same. I will work the same. How I feel has no impact on how I live my life. I don't think happiness as an index is a healthy view for a man to have on life success. If you're waking up and going, am I happy? Am I not? You're looking at life wrong. I think as a man, if you put happiness if you move it down the scale, right, and you start looking at, am I successful? Am I competent? Am I achieving things? Am I respected? If you start to look at these indicators of your life, you're going to end up being happier without actually analyzing if you're happy or not.
That's just work. Some way to bite the bullet, just work. Working harder is never going to not help. No matter what scenario you're in, working harder is never going to not help you. And it's amazing that I get different versions of the same answer from 99% of the questions I'm asked. Work harder. If you have a problem, whether you're broke, you're out of shape, when your friend dies, when your girl leaves you, whether you're depressed, whatever it is.
Okay. So that's part of it. That's part of it. This was very motivational. Don't you think, okay, the man that you heard speak, and again, his name is Andrew Tate. He is a very controversial man, but there's a lot of positive things that he does say, and this is one of them. And don't you think the people, these kids, you think these kids I'm trying to get it. Don't you think those kids need to hear a motivational speech like that man, Andrew Tate? How many of these parents have ever spoke to their kids motivational things and that to discipline yourself? These kids are probably looking for what we call a hero But it's not about who's your hero, it's about discipline. Do these kids look like they have any discipline in them? Do they? There's no discipline. They're not taught any discipline. They go by their feelings. So the kids kicking stuff, right? They have no self-discipline. And people here meeting, they seem relaxed, they're selling stuff. But what they didn't teach in the community is about discipline. We just want to feel good. We don't want to work for what we want. Did this kid really work? He worked at stealing. Look at that. Look at that. These kids, these people need discipline. And they need to respect their lineage. That's another thing that's missing here. They don't respect their lineage. Everybody wants to be a fucking Indian or something else, but they don't want to be what they are. But regardless of what you are, the answer, according to Tate, is about personal discipline, and don't go by how you feel. I thought that was amazing. I thought that speech and the other things that were said was amazing. Well, that's not it. Where does it go now? Absolutely amazing. Let me see what else here.
Working harder is almost always the answer. So you know what you need to do. You need to do it. And what's amazing, again, is kind of like the antidote. If you take the antidote before the poison, then you never get sick in the first place. If you're always working as hard as possible, you're always working your ass off and trying to be the best version of yourself every single day, then you never get sick in the first place. You're already working, you're already taking the antidote. So things can't attach to you, they can't get hold of you. Working hard is the antidote to everything. So why don't you just do it in advance? Why don't your life just become work like mine? Why don't you just dedicate yourself to a cause and get up and do what you're supposed to do every single day?
I can't stand quitters. So if you're the kind of person who's going to quit because it's hard, I don't want your energy around me, right? You need the people who don't quit. I don't quit. Every single facet of my life is testament to the fact that I don't quit. I didn't quit. So that's the difference. When it was hard, I did it anyway. That's who I've always been. And if you don't have that kind of tenacity, you're never going to be anything. So individually, do not give up. Do not get tired. Do not quit. That's what they want. That's what the enemy wants from me. They want to try and win a war of attrition. They want to wear me down and hope I quit and give up. I am not that guy. I'm not that guy. I'm the guy who keeps going. And if you're truly indefatigable in life and perspicacious, that's my favorite saying, we want to say all the time, unmatched perspicacity coupled with sheer indefatigability against the feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor is absolutely and utterly true. If you pay attention to the things that are happening around you and you do not quit, you will be a dangerous opponent in any realm of human endeavor. It doesn't matter what you're trying to do. I'm a man who lives true to God and says what he means and means what he says, and I know the things I say are good for society and good for the world. I didn't vote. I can magic spell it. The reason people listen to me is because they like what I say and they know that I'm telling the truth. That's the reason I'm here. I'm going to continue to do that. And there's nothing anybody can do about it.
Amazing. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to share, people. I wanted to share that. I wanted to share motivational speech. He motivates me. Yes, he's controversial, but some of the things he talks about is powerful. He talks about developing your personal best, and that don't go by how you feel. It's like everything about me, I go by how I feel. I live by how I feel. But he said, hey, you don't have to be, it's not serving you. He says, go beyond that. He said, you need discipline. And a lot of us don't like to say that. We don't like to hear the word discipline. We don't. We don't want to hear it because it's about accountability. But why then get angry at other people? See, I share that. See, I'm not doing this live stream to shame anybody. It's a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call about what's happening around us. I live in a city, I live in New York City, and I see a lot of stuff. I see social decay. I see people who just arrived in the United States, many of them illegal, here illegally, but they would be thriving. And when I see a lot of the Black men, young Black men, on the street, homeless, and a lot of these teens or people in their 20s, you see them doing marijuana. They're stoned out of their mind. And it's taken away their greatness. The Black American comes from greatness. You had great heroes of yesterday. You have many people that you can learn by example. But when you have someone of excellence, you call them bad names. And I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You have great leaders of yesterday. Martin Luther King was a great leader. You had other people, freedom fighters from the past. And it's like you throw them under the rug. You don't honor their name through the school when you have a neighborhood and you name the street after a well-known Black person or school after a well-known Black person, and then you trash the school and trash the street. You are poo-pooing on your own legacy. And I want to tell you guys, wake up. Wake up. And be more like this man Tate, Andrew Tate. He was in poverty, his family. His parents broke up when he was a little kid, 10 years old. And then he had to go to another country to live. That's where his mother is from. And they lived in poverty. And he didn't make excuses. And he built himself up and he surrounds himself around people who are positive. And say, hey, why don't you start listening? Why don't, I want to say, listen to this man, Andrew Tate. He has a lot of videos. A lot of people have his videos of him do motivational speeches and other things. And I find him, a lot of the things he says is very, very encouraging. He has a lot of knowledge about a lot of things. He's only 36 years old. He's only 36. And he's the most Googled person around. So he's very influential, and that's why they want to get rid of him. The system wants to get rid of him. But I'm saying, look, with greatness does come responsibility out there. And I said, look, there's a chance for all of us. Improve yourself. Have your kids at home. Have accountability. Give them assignments to do. Test them. Challenge. Maybe they want to be challenged. I think some of these young kids, they feel their parents don't care about them, and they're trying to get them agitated to see if they speak out. That's what I think what some of them do. They feel that no one cares. So they're lashing out, trying to get attention. Those kids didn't look hungry. They were well dressed. Young people wear, but they look clean and neat. But why are they doing that? Because they don't care. No one's teaching them their real history. And so they want to tell people, oh, they're Indian or all this crap, and they're not. No, they're not that. Why don't they go look at those pictures of those people, those freed people during the time of Jim Crow? How these people try to stand their ground Even though they were outnumbered, they still acted in their right mind. Here now you have more free rights, more opportunities, and you're throwing it down the drain. And then you get complain and want to beat up someone who just arrives to the United States, who are disciplined, who value their heritage and their name. You can do the same. It has nothing to do with your color. That's the lie. That's the lie that they taught you. It has nothing to do with color. It has to do with how you perceive yourself. How do you perceive yourself? There are people from India darker than me, and they're thriving in the United States. People from Asia, whether East Asia and South Asia, they are the richest ethnic group in the United States. And not only are they the richest ethnic group in the United States, they also are the healthiest. So they have health and wealth behind them. Why don't you try to do the same to build personal wealth in yourself, along with health? We're one of the sickest groups in the United States. We can change that. We can change that. I got my my blood pressure taken yesterday, and went back to normal. I just wanted to share that again. Yes, I was concerned because I had a high reading, 3 consecutive readings that were high. And I said, I got to do something about my health because, there's certain things that are in my history, my family history, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and everything that comes with it. And I said, oh, sure, I better, do something. So I made some tweaks in my lifestyle. And if I still need to do some tweaking, on certain things, my food habit, my exercise and all that, you do what you need to do to get to where you want to go. I want excellent health. I want excellent health, and I want to live a long and strong life. Yes, we're one of the sickest people in the United States. Why don't we take responsibility and start maybe cooking your own food to at least be healthy? You have a choice about what you put in your mouth. Choose things that are good for you. And the people who cook in the house, whoever who's in charge of cooking in your home, cook at home. And stop going to those fast food places that are very common in poor Black neighborhoods and say, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Start making your own food. Start saying, no, we don't want this food in our neighborhood. The power is in your hands. The power has always been in your hand, but they're making you feel like a victim. And that so-and-so is doing this to you. Honey, that's not true. It's not true. You're hurting yourself. You are hurting yourself. And you're trashing your own legacy. You don't even respect your own holiday. Juneteenth, those kids should have been beaten. When they get home, their folks should beat the crap out of them, in my opinion. I'm not a violent person, but undisciplined kids like that shame you. These kids are shameful who did that. Who did those things in McDonald's? It's horrible. Horrible. And you know what else? What was said on the news regarding McDonald's? Well, that specific store that they robbed reopened within 24 hours as if nothing happened. And then the news reporters wanted to interview that store, that McDonald's, and they did not reply. And you know what I said to myself? Wow, that McDonald's is very intelligent and using wisdom, because see, if they say anything about the robbery, people will probably call that McDonald's outlet racist. You hear that? They would probably be called racist for speaking the truth about those criminals, right? Right? They would be called racist. Telling the truth is racist to some people. It's not racist to say the truth that these kids robbed the store and did acts of violence with no provocation. Yes, these kids lack discipline and seem to lack self-awareness. On a sacred day did they do this attack. I think my instincts tell me, just my instincts and my feeling is that I think those kids were directed to go there. Just a feeling. I feel that this was an orchestrated attack and that they were probably sent there to do things. Why on that day? Why on any day? I've been around for 60 years, and I never heard anyone doing this type of attack on a sacred Black holiday. Why are the Black holidays a day for young Black people to commit havoc? You have to start asking yourself those questions. And you have many Black organizations. Why aren't they um, doing things to promote their community? Well, someone shared me this expression: skin folk is not kinfolk. And there are some of us, Black folk or people of color, that they are actually working for the enemy. They are actually working for the enemy. And they in many communities. You have people in communities that are not really of that community, so to speak. There are agents of, I call it agents of chaos. And they wait, they're in hiding, and then they get activated to do acts of wickedness within the community that they are living in. And so in the Black community, you have this. White communities, Hispanic communities, all over. You have people who hibernate, so to speak, who hide, and then they spring on something, chaos. And I think that's what's happening here. And I think it's awful. You have good people out there in the Black community. You have good people out there, but you're just hearing about the bad. And I'm saying that today, call it what it is, and do something about it. Take parents, take control over your kids. I think they're crying out. And I think over the past 3 years with that COVID-19 really put a stressor on them, and they might be scared. They might be scared to move forward. They don't know what to do. They live in a society that to make you afraid to wear a mask over your face so you can't breathe. And it's like they're afraid of other people and they're just lashing out. I don't know, maybe I'm simplifying it. Maybe, who knows? But I'm saying, hey, we can make a change. We can make a change. If you want it, make the change within yourself. Make the change. If or if you don't like it here in the United States, hey, maybe you can go visit other countries. Go somewhere else and see how they work. Not every place is for every person. And maybe life is saying, hey, if you really want to, a new chance at life, maybe going overseas might be better for you. But do something. If you do the same thing, you're going to get the same results. Do something different. As say to yourself, hey, I want something better in my life. I want to live a better lifestyle. I want to be happier or whatever. I mean, I want to be more disciplined, according to Andrew Tate. Discipline yourself to do great and mighty things. Say good things about yourself. It's all in the taking for yourself. You can do it. Just try. Just try. It can't get any worse. I don't think it would be worse if you say, I want to do something better with my life. Do something. Do something with your life. Stop pissing on your own parade. Stop defacing your holiday. Why would you do that? Not even white people are doing that. You are doing it to yourself. Stop it. Take control. Throw out those drugs. You got drugs in your house, throw it out. Put it down the toilet. Discard it. Say enough is enough. I'm gonna live a clean life. Stop doing drugs. Stop drinking. Stop stealing. And maybe go meditate and ask your creator, hey, I want to do something positive with my life. I'm sure the creator will give you direction. It won't be overnight. It may not be overnight, but hey, let's start from where you are now. Let's do something special with your life. Go look in the mirror now. Go look in the mirror. And say to yourself that you are a child of the Creator who only wants me to produce the best in me, to help myself, help my family, and help my society to achieve greatness and happiness. You can do it today. Start now. Start now. Go in that mirror. Look in that mirror. And speak kind words to yourself. Try it. And I think your life will slowly improve. So this is Spirit Journey. And I just wanted to share these thoughts and give you a sense of hope. And hey, listen to some of that guy's speech, Andrew Tate. Just Google his name, watch some of his videos. He teaches, he has this thing to teach, he tries to inspire other men and to teach you how to make money. Why don't you try it? If it's not for you, then hey, but at least you can listen to him for free. Share the videos about him to your friends. He's a young Black man, and another thing about Andrew Tate, he doesn't go running around and complaining about his race, whatever, or he never makes excuse about his Black heritage. It's never an issue. He doesn't live according to race. He lives according to what he wants out of life. He doesn't make excuses for what he is or what he grew up in. He took responsibility and made it happen for himself. Do the same. Start watching his videos. And hey, maybe he'll motivate some of you. Okay? So I thank you guys and gals. And again, the video, women could watch it too. Not just men, women too could be motivated about taking personal responsibility. He makes me feel good about myself. Certain things that he says. It's very motivating. It feels very positive. You know, he never uses race as a means of why he can't do something. He wants something. He finds out how to get it. And I like that approach. I like his approach about a lot of things. Again, he's not a perfect man, but who is? Who is perfect? But I think you can learn from him. Rather than going out and acting wild, do something creative with yourself. So, thank you again for listening. And those of you who like this content, and wish to support this channel, Spirit Journey channel, you can PayPal me. Just go to my YouTube channel, and on the banner's right-hand side, you see my PayPal me link. Just click on the link, follow the prompts. Any amount would be greatly appreciated, and I thank you in advance. Thank you for your gifts. And those of you who cannot support me financially, that's okay too. You can give me the thumbs up. You can say thank you in the chat room or in the comment section. It will all be received warmly. Thank you again. Peace, love, joy, and power and favor be unto the listener. Thank you again. Until next time. Bye bye.